We all know that flying with Singapore Airlines is just getting more and more expensive. So what can we do about it? Well, one of the ways that we can actually offset the cost of our flight is by earning KrisFlyer miles via our credit card spend. From there, we can then get or redeem free flights using those miles. So here's how I plan to earn 250,000 KrisFlyer miles over the next 12 months by spending less than 4,000 Singapore dollars per month. Okay, so before I break down my planned credit card spending strategy for the next 12 months, do hit the subscribe button to my channel if you want more content like this. Now, when I talk to everyone about credit card spending and air miles, what I try to tell them is to spend what you would already spend. In other words, optimize your spending. What you want to really focus on is getting the most miles for anything that you would have spent anyway. So say you spend $1,000 per month on discretionary goods, you really want to get the most miles that you can per dollar of spend for that $1,000. You shouldn't be spending anything above that you wouldn't need to spend just to earn air miles. That is playing really into the bank's hands because they're getting you to spend more for absolutely no good reason. Okay, with that out of the way, let's focus on what cards I'm going to be using over the next 12 months to try and earn 250,000 miles while also keeping my monthly spend below $4,000 per month. Okay, so I'm going to start off my credit card strategy focusing on two cards, and they're both the same card, they're just different versions. It's the DBS Yuu card. Remember, that comes in the Visa version as well as the Amex version, and you can apply and hold both at the same time. Now, what this gives you is an amazing 10 miles per dollar, but it does come with one big caveat. That 10 miles per dollar rate can only be reached if you're spending at Yuu merchants. So what is a Yuu merchant? A Yuu merchant is anything that includes things like cold storage, Guardian, Jason's, Giant, Toastbox, 7-Eleven, and they've also added a few more merchants to the Yuu program over the past year or so, including the likes of Foodpanda as well as Gojek. Now, to actually hit the 10 mile per dollar rate, you have to spend a minimum of $600 per month on each card. Ironically, the minimum is also the maximum. So if you start going over $600 per month, you're not going to earn that 18% cashback rate or the 10 mile per dollar rate. So really, you should aim to be just above $600 per month on each card. So in total, that should be $1,200 per calendar month. Now, how would I spend $1,200 per month on these types of merchants? Well, if we just take a look at the basic stuff like Foodpanda and Gojek, first off with Foodpanda, I have two kids. I tend to eat at home, but if we do order in, we'll do it maybe once a week. And that might cost anywhere from $50 to $60. So on a monthly basis, you could say I could spend around $200 to $250 a month on Foodpanda. Okay, so what about Gojek? Well, Gojek, again, this is a ride-hailing service, very much like Grab. It is not as convenient as Grab because I don't think there are as many Gojek drivers around. If you order a Grab, it seems to get to me much faster. I don't know if that's the same case with everyone else. But Gojek, you tend to have to wait a little bit for your driver to come. However, Gojek can be a lot cheaper than Grab in many situations, especially when there is surge pricing going on. So if I have time, I'll tend to use Gojek, especially now that they're a Yuu partner and I can earn 10 miles per dollar on their spend. Now, in terms of how much I would spend per month on ride hailing or Gojek, I would say I average perhaps $200 to $300 per month. I have two young boys, they have activities here and there, and I also take Gojeks myself. So if we say we add the Foodpanda amount of 250 to say around 250 per month on Gojeks, that's going to give me a total of $500 per month just on Gojek and Foodpanda alone. Okay, now we come to the main expense for a lot of families. It's going to be groceries or supermarket shopping. And for me, the neighborhood supermarket in my area is actually cold storage. Obviously, there are better options out there in terms of price, including FairPrice and Xiangxiong. But if cold storage is the closest supermarket in your vicinity and you tend to shop there a lot, then hitting $600 to $700 per month on food shopping is actually not that hard, especially if you have a family. So for me, on average, I think we probably spend anywhere from $800 to $1,000 per month on food at cold storage. So that would easily get me to where I need to be in terms of the threshold for the $1,200 per month and earning what would be 12,000 miles per month. Okay, and next up is the UOB Visa Signature Card. Now, this is a great card for contactless spending. Remember, even though it got nerfed recently with the cap going from $2,000 per month to $1,200 per statement month, at least for contactless spending, what you can still earn is $1,200 times 4. So you can actually potentially earn $4,800 per month just on this card from contactless spending. Again, it does come with caveats. You do have to spend a minimum of 1,000 Singapore dollars per statement month to get the 4 mile per dollar rate. However, the good thing about this card is it doesn't actually come with the $5 earning blocks that is found with other UOB cards like the UOB Preferred Platinum Visa. So is it easy to spend $1,200 per month on contactless spending? I think if you eat out, if you go out for nice dinners occasionally, if you spend on miscellaneous items such as shopping when you're out, I think it's a relatively easy target to hit. At least $1,000 per statement month in contactless spending, in-person spending, I think is very doable for a lot of people in Singapore. Okay, so the fourth and final card that I'll be using to earn 250,000 miles over the next 12 months is the UOB Preferred Platinum Visa card. For those of us in the miles game, we know that this card gives you 4 miles per dollar for all transactions in person where you use Apple Pay or Google Pay or your phone to pay. Remember, you do not earn 4 miles per dollar if you tap the actual physical card. So put it onto your wallet on your phone and make sure you're using your phone to pay. Now, the one big downside to this credit card is the fact that it comes with $5 earning blocks. So say you spend $5 on your phone, you'll earn 20 miles. However, if you tap and you're paying for $9.99 or $9.90, you're still going to earn 20 miles because you didn't hit the next $5 block of $10. So why am I using this card? Well, this is actually a pretty versatile card. You can use it for both in-person spending, but you can also use it for online transactions such as spend at Amazon or Lazada or Shopee. So it gives you a bit more flexibility in the fact that you can actually use it online as well as in person. Of course, if you're using it in person more, then it makes sense to reserve this use, or the card's use rather, for more big item ticket or big ticket purchases versus actually just buying something that costs $5 or $9. Instead of using the UOB Preferred Platinum Visa for small ticket transactions, try to use the UOB Visa signature because that works on a bonus 9 times point system where it gets tallied up and then your bonus miles get awarded to you at the end of the month statement month. And that is much better, I think, than giving up miles by perhaps putting a $9.90 transaction on the UOB Preferred Platinum Visa. So try and save the UOB Preferred Platinum Visa for big ticket items, for things that might cost 150, 200, 250, because then the whole $5 earnings block isn't really going to come into play as much. Now, what is the monthly cap for the UOB Preferred Platinum Visa card? The 4 mile per dollar cap on this card is actually $1,110 per calendar month. It's a bit random, I know. So what does that actually give you in terms of miles you can earn? It maxes out at basically 4,440 miles per month. Okay, so let's do the maths on whether I can earn 250,000 miles over the next 12 months by utilizing this credit card strategy. Let's start off with the DBS Yuu and the DBS Amex cards first. So if you spend $600 on each at Yuu merchants only, you're going to earn 6,000 miles on each card. That is going to give you a total of 12,000 KrisFlyer miles per month. Okay, next up is the UOB Visa signature. Remember, you have to spend a minimum of $1,000 per statement month, and this 4 mile per dollar rate gets capped out at $1,200 per statement month. So if I manage to spend $1,200 per statement month on contactless spending with the UOB Visa signature card, I'm going to be able to earn 4,800 miles per month. Okay, and then finally we have the UOB Preferred Platinum Visa card. Remember, this card gives you 4 miles per dollar on contactless spending with your phone. So if I manage to cap out the $1,110 per month cap of 4 miles per dollar, I'll be able to earn 4,440 miles per month. Okay, so adding all of those totals together, we're going to have 12,000 plus 4,800 plus 4,440. And this is going to give me a total miles haul per month of just over 21,200. Now, if we take that miles haul and times it by 12, which there is 12 months in a year, that is going to give me nearly 255,000 miles. And I am spending less than 3,000 or just over rather $3,500 per month. You have the 600 on the DBSU, 600 on the DBSU Amex, 1,200 on the UOB Visa Signature, and then 1,110 on the UOB Preferred Platinum Visa. Okay, so a quick hack if you can't actually meet the minimums on all these cards, what you can do and what I would say is a good way to actually earn miles and then front load your spending that what you would have spent anyway is to actually just purchase vouchers. So this can include cold storage or DFI retail vouchers. Remember, these vouchers come in denominations as low as $10 and they can be spent across the DFI retail group, whether that's at cold storage, Guardian, Giants, or 7-Eleven. And for other cards such as the UOB Visa Signature or the UOB Preferred Platinum Visa card, you can always purchase things like Fair Price vouchers. Remember, Fair Price, if that happens to be a neighborhood supermarket of yours as well, you can purchase those vouchers and they come in denominations, I think, as low as $10 as well. And the great thing about vouchers is that you usually have an expiry date of at least 1 year out, and in some cases, maybe 2 years out. I recently bought some Fair Price vouchers, which had an expiry date of June 2027, so nearly 2 years out. So there you have it. That's my strategy to earn over 250,000 KrisFlyer miles in the next 12 months by spending just over $3,500 per month. If you want more personal finance, miles, as well as investing insights, don't forget to hit subscribe here, like my video, and also give me a follow on both TikTok and IG. If you haven't already got a DBS Yuu card, don't forget to use my promo code R457JPC0. Once you do, and then you link your Yuu card to the Yuu app and spend within 30 days, you'll be able to earn 2,000 Yuu points, which is the equivalent of $10.